working on an Intarsia project, and I was not taping it. Then I got to thinking, well, I kind of wanted to tape one and share it. I've done a few. I'm not real good at them, but every time I do one, I learn something new. And this one looks like it's going to teach me a lot. If nothing else, more humility. So that's what I'm going to try to do. It's going to take more than one part. It's a long process, and I'm not going to stretch out hours of sanding or hours of cutting on a scroll saw and all that kind of stuff. But all of that has to be included. So that's what this is going to be about. It's going to be, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, hopefully short videos that I can upload on a hopefully regular basis. And this one is just this introduction, plus I'm going to try to show you the pattern, where I got the pattern, what the pattern is, that kind of thing. So that being said, I guess we'll just start with where I got the pattern. The pattern comes from Scroll Saw Woodworking and Crafts, issue 58, spring of 2015. That's the magazine that it came from. The pattern itself is by, let's see, the pattern is by, let's see it from here. The pattern name is The Guardian, and it's designed by Bruce Worthington. And I'll show you the pattern in just a second. Anyway, I really like this Scroll Saw magazine. It has a lot of interesting, generally interesting and good thought out patterns to make, and like I said, I made a few. So I'm going to shut the camera off now and refocus it a little bit lower down on the table. I'll show you where I'm at, and I'll show you the pattern and try to explain what I did. Okay? Okay, so now we're back. Here's, I showed you the magazine. Here's the pattern, the way it comes out of the book. It's folded like this. So what I'm going to try to make is this dragon. Hopefully you can see that if there's not too much bleed through on the look of that. So that's what it looks like. And what I decided to do, at first I thought, well, I'll just make maybe the head. So I went out and I went to one of the local stores and that makes copies, and I had them enlarge this pattern 200%, which produced this pattern here. Now, with the ideal at the time that I was just going to do the head over here, and I don't know if you can see it just now, but just maybe do the head, and I thought that might be kind of fun. And then the more I work on this thing, the more, well, Jesus, maybe I should just do the whole thing. Okay, that being said, as they say, that being said, I'm going to do the head, and this is not how I normally do it, but I'm going to do the head, and then if that comes out looking pretty good, then I may just go ahead and do the whole pattern, the whole dragon. So that remains to be seen. But what I do is I go to the store, take the original pattern, go down, have at whatever size I want. I have about 5 or 6 master copies of the dragon. Generally, I do them a little larger. So I have 5 or 6 of those made, and then when I start the actual cutting, I just take one of the large copies, try to cut off all the extraneous paper around it, except for the actual pattern. And then I try to take that and use my own printer in the house, and I make small copies. 8 by 10 copies of whatever part that I want to be working on at the time. And after I get these, then I cut them out. Cut out whatever part of the small pattern that I want to use, and I glue it to a board. And that's basically the process of the pattern itself and how I use the patterns. I can show you, I guess, how I apply the pattern, but that's just pretty straightforward. Anybody that's ever put a pattern on a block that's going to be scroll saw does one or two very similar things. I just use blue tape and then 77 spray adhesive on the, stick the pattern to the block after that. And as I said, I've already started this. I cut out a few odds and ends, and then I thought, well, why not tape it? And that's where we're at right now. So anyway, I go out, make the large patterns, 5 or 6 of those, and then I take one of those, cut it down into something I can actually stick under the lid of a home coffee machine. And I'll make as many of those as I need as I go. And then I just take those, apply them to the wood and cut it out, sand it. And it's easy, you know, it takes about an hour. No, I'm kidding. It takes a long time, and we'll get to that. But that's where I'm at right now. And I'm going to call it quits here on this one, and we'll get back on some of the sawing and whatnot later. Okay? Thank you.